Consider the rationale behind abstaining from sexual activities through a philosophical lens. Have you ever pondered how our profound passions and yearnings can impact our inner tranquility, our peace of mind? Today we delve into a subject often shrouded in taboos and misconceptions, yet simultaneously serving as a potent driving force in the lives of many: sex. But hold on for a moment before drawing conclusions. This video isn't a guide to enhance your sex life. On the contrary, let's embark on an exploration of something audacious and thought-provoking: the philosophical arguments, particularly from a Stoic perspective, against engaging in sexual activities. Settle in, adopt a philosophical mindset, and brace yourself for a discourse that challenges your beliefs, prompts you to scrutinize your actions, and perhaps guides you down a less conventional, yet more enriching path. Ready for the challenge? Let's dive in. Let's embark on our exploration by delving into a foundational aspect of Stoic philosophy applicable to all of us: self-control. In a world that often encourages following impulses and pursuing momentary pleasures, Stoicism emphasizes the significance of self-discipline. Sex, despite being an intimate and pleasurable experience, possesses a profound ability to influence our rationality and self-control. The Stoics, champions of self-discipline, assert that we are not mere creatures driven solely by desires. Instead, we possess the capacity to reason, make choices, and govern our actions. True power, according to them, lies not in the pursuit of maximum pleasure, but in the mastery of self-control. Imagine wielding a level of self-control that enables decisions entirely aligned with your values and life goals. That is genuine power. Abstaining from sex in this context becomes a practical exercise in self-discipline. It's not a declaration that sex is inherently bad. Rather, consciously choosing to abstain serves as a valuable lesson in understanding your drives, desires, and fundamentally, your identity. By mastering the impulse for immediate gratification, you enhance your ability to govern other impulses and sidestep distractions that might hinder your pursuit of significant life goals. The key lies in intentionality. Whether engaging in an activity as natural as sex or any other pursuit, do so with full awareness of your motivations and their long-term consequences. Through practicing self-control, you transition from being a passenger driven by desires and circumstances to taking the driver's seat in your life. This shift empowers you to make choices aligned with your values, propelling you toward a more stoic, meaningful, and ultimately rewarding life. So, the next time you face a situation testing your self-control, remember the strength within you to choose, a crucial first step toward a more intentional and fulfilling existence. Now let's venture even further into the profound teachings of Stoic philosophy by exploring the concept of detachment from ephemeral pleasures. In a world that incessantly promotes the pursuit of pleasure and avoidance of pain, have you ever paused to consider the fleeting nature of these pleasures? Often momentary, they vanish as quickly as they appear, leaving us yearning for more. The Stoics impart a different wisdom, that genuine peace and happiness stem from detachment. This involves not allowing our emotional well-being to hinge on things beyond our control, and yes, that includes sexual pleasure. Detachment doesn't simply refraining from enjoying life's pleasures, rather, it emphasizes not becoming enslaved to them. It means not letting these pleasures dictate our actions or dominate our thoughts. Imagine liberating yourself from the constant pursuit of external gratification. Picture the surplus mental energy, heightened focus, and greater alignment of actions with your true goals and values. This is the transformative power of detachment. By practicing it, you can redefine your life in ways you may not have imagined. It doesn't mean suppressing emotions or desires, but gaining a profound understanding of what truly matters. In essence, you become the master of yourself, finding lasting and meaningful satisfaction beyond the allure of ephemeral pleasures. So, are you ready to embark on the journey of practicing detachment and breaking free from the chain of fleeting pleasures? The strength resides within you. The initial step is acknowledging your power to choose wisely, to be in control, and to embrace the freedom that comes with detachment. Having explored the significance of self-control and detachment from ephemeral pleasures, we now encounter another transformative truth: the importance of focusing on long-term goals. Consider the great Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. They weren't pursuing immediate gratification. Instead, they dedicated themselves to virtues such as wisdom, justice, and courage, goals that take a lifetime to cultivate. This essence of a long-term goal is pivotal. When entangled in the pursuit of immediate pleasures, we lose sight of what truly matters. However, when we shift our focus to long-term goals, the entire game changes. No longer trapped in the cycle of wanting, obtaining momentary enjoyment, and craving more, you find yourself on a path with a clear sense of direction. This path leads you toward the best version of yourself. Focusing on long-term goals doesn't imply neglecting everything else. It means a shift in perspective. You cease to be driven solely by immediate desires and start making decisions based on what will be best for you in the future. This shift not only influences the results you achieve, but also shapes the person you become in the process. It liberates you from the emotional roller coaster associated with seeking immediate pleasures, providing a deeper sense of peace and contentment as you work towards something truly meaningful. Now is the time to take stock of your goals. Are they aligned with a long-term vision for your life? If not, perhaps it's time to make adjustments. Remember, long-term goals act as a beacon in the distance. You may not know precisely how you'll reach them, but as long as you keep your gaze fixed on them, you'll always have a direction in which to move. Having emphasized the significance of focusing on long-term goals, let's delve deeper into an aspect often underestimated: the strengthening of our emotional relationships. Yes, you heard it right. If Stoic philosophy has imparted any wisdom, it's the understanding that human connections are fundamental to a well-lived life. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus underscore the importance of social duty and empathy, recognizing that as social beings, our relationships serve as mirrors reflecting our best and worst qualities. Now you might wonder how this connects to abstaining from sexual relations in a Stoic approach. By fortifying our emotional relationships, we prevent fleeting sexual desires from distorting our judgment and compromising the quality of our interactions. While sex can be wonderful, making it the primary focus might lead us to overlook the subtleties and deeper beauties of human connection. The crucial element lies in cultivating relationships imbued with genuine meaning. Cultivate the ability to listen, share openly, embrace vulnerability, and give selflessly without anticipating reciprocation. Through these actions, you establish a secure environment conducive to emotional growth, benefiting both yourself and those in your circle. Consequently, this process fortifies your character, fostering a state of balance and emotional resilience within you. Isn't it liberating to rise above the hamster wheel of instant gratification and constant disappointment? Instead, elevate yourself to a level where you can enjoy deeper, more meaningful and lasting connections. If you're ready to take your life to the next level, start investing in your emotional relationships. Learn to love more deeply, forgive more quickly, and appreciate more fully. In this investment lies the secret to a fulfilling life, rich in emotional experiences. Now let's delve into a slightly more pragmatic, yet equally crucial topic: preventing unintended consequences. We're referring to those complications often overlooked in the heat of the moment, but capable of leaving a lasting impact on our lives. Stoic philosophers have consistently highlighted the importance of living a virtuous life, with one of those virtues being prudence. Prudence involves not only thinking before acting, but also considering the future implications of our actions. In the context of sex, this could encompass everything from preventing sexually transmitted diseases to avoiding complicated relationships or unwanted pregnancies. This isn't a declaration that sex is inherently negative. In fact, it can be a beautiful expression of love and human intimacy. However, it holds the power to become a vector for serious complications if not approached with due care and consideration. By adopting a more stoic and reflective approach, you can assess whether the sexual act aligns with your deepest principles and long-term well-being. Ask yourself whether this action will bring you closer to the person you aspire to be, and if it will contribute something positive to your life. Are you prepared for the potential consequences? These questions aren't mere mental exercises. They are practical tools that help you lead a more deliberate and conscious life. Preventing unwanted consequences not only protects you and your partner, but also reinforces your individual strength, making you more aware, responsible, and ultimately more in tune with the Stoic philosophy of living a virtuous and meaningful life. Now let's redirect our attention to another subject highly valued in Stoic philosophy, the preservation of mental clarity. In our contemporary society, inundated with distractions and stimuli vying for our attention, sex is among those stimuli. Stoics underscore the significance of ataraxia, a state characterized by tranquility and mental clarity, devoid of emotional disruptions. It is in this state that we embody our optimal selves, equipped to make reasoned decisions harmonized with our core values. When we allow our sexual urges to cloud that clarity, we risk making hasty decisions that not only impact our emotional well-being, but can also divert us from our long-term goals. Mental clarity is like a calm lake. Imagine throwing a stone into that lake. The waves disturb the calm, creating a distortion on the surface. Similarly, making impulsive decisions in the sexual sphere can create ripples in our mental clarity, leading us to states of confusion, guilt, or regret. The key here is not to avoid sex or any other pleasure in life, but to approach it with a clear and conscious mindset. Ask yourself if this is the person you want to share an intimate connection with, whether this sexual act will improve your life and that of your partner, and if it will lead to long-term happiness. If you can answer these questions with a resounding and conscious yes, then you are on the right track. Remember that mental clarity is one of our most powerful tools in the search for a full and meaningful life. Preserving that clarity is an act of self-love and respect for our most authentic essence. Now, let's discuss the concept of energy conservation, a crucial aspect for anyone aspiring to live according to Stoic principles. In our constantly moving society, where we are asked to always be on, many of us feel burned out. And yes, sex, like any other human activity, also consumes energy. The key question is whether that energy is being invested in a way that contributes to our long-term well-being, or if it's simply dissipated in momentary pleasures. Stoics advocate for channeling our energy effectively, directing it toward actions and goals that truly matter. It's crucial to consider where we are spending our life energy. Are we putting it into activities that foster personal growth, strengthen relationships, and contribute to our peace of mind? Or are we wasting it on instant gratification that leaves us empty and exhausted? Consider this. Each sexual act can be a wonderful and connective experience, but it can also be a drain of energy if it does not align with our deepest values and goals. Sometimes, it is better to conserve that energy for higher goals, such as a life project that requires our full attention, or a relationship that needs to be nurtured with love and care rather than consumed by fleeting impulses. Betting on energy conservation is not a call to abstinence, but rather an invitation to be more aware of how and with whom we share our vital energy. Energy is finite, and once spent, it takes time and effort to recover. You are the owner of your energy. Are you going to squander it, or are you going to invest it wisely in building a life that resonates with your most authentic self? Take charge, conserve your energy for what really matters, and stay on the path to a life full of meaning and purpose. You have the power to decide. Now let's move on to the final topic, avoiding emotional dependency. In this aspect, Stoic philosophy offers valuable insights. Emotional dependency can be detrimental to our well-being, and cultivating emotional independence aligns with Stoic principles. Instead of relying on others for our emotional fulfillment, Stoicism encourages self-sufficiency and resilience. Let's explore this concept further. Now, let's explore a topic that few dare to address, but is undeniably crucial: emotional dependence. Stoic philosophy enlightens us about the significance of ataraxia, which involves being emotionally and mentally self-sufficient in the pursuit of a well-lived life. We must not allow ourselves to become slaves to our emotions, especially those triggered by others. This is where sex can become a double-edged sword, particularly if it transforms into a mechanism for seeking validation, love, or attention. Engaging in sex as a beautiful and meaningful experience is valid, but when it transforms into the exclusive pathway for seeking love or validation, it ensnares us in the trap of emotional dependence. This contradicts the Stoics' advocated path to emotional freedom, entrusting the key to our happiness to someone else or tethering our inner peace to another person's attention or affection is a precarious gamble, one that frequently leads to disappointment. So what steps can you take? First and foremost, you should embark on cultivating your own inner garden, employing Stoic principles. Acknowledge that you are complete on your own, possessing the power and capability to generate happiness and meaning from within. This approach ensures that any relationship you enter becomes an enhancement to your already fulfilling life, not a prerequisite for feeling whole. Prioritize the establishment of a robust relationship with yourself before seeking it in others. Conduct a thoughtful assessment of your qualities, value your merits, and address your shortcomings, not as a means to please someone else, but as a pathway to personal growth and evolution. It's crucial to bear in mind that avoiding emotional dependence doesn't equate to evading human connections. Instead, it involves the wisdom to discern where to direct our emotional energy and the strength to ensure our inner peace remains independent of the actions or feelings of others. Now let's delve into a topic that aligns seamlessly with our previous discussions: self-esteem. Self-esteem is not merely a fleeting sentiment on a good day. It is the enduring, resilient image you hold of your core self. Feeling good about ourselves when everything is smooth is easy, but the true test of self-esteem lies in how we cope when faced with challenges. Stoic philosophy reminds us that sex, or any other momentary pleasure, isn't a sustainable solution for enhancing our self-esteem. While it may provide instant gratification and a temporary boost in self-perception, it leaves us back at square one once the moment passes, or worse, with a perceived void even larger than before. So how does one improve self-esteem from a Stoic perspective? It commences with self-awareness, a deep understanding of ourselves, including strengths and weaknesses. Instead of seeking external validation, Stoicism encourages the development of internal metrics for success and satisfaction. This involves practicing virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. Living by these principles not only fosters self-respect but also earns the respect and value of others. Improving self-esteem is a continuous journey, not a final destination. It involves an ongoing process of self-discovery, self-reflection, and self-improvement. Choosing the path of Stoic philosophy leads to the realization that ephemeral pleasures are not necessary to validate your existence or make you feel good about yourself. So, the next time you're tempted to use sex or any other pleasure as a means to uplift your self-esteem, take a moment to pause and breathe. Remember that your value does not derive from passing experiences, but from the solid and virtuous character you are diligently building every day. As we reach the culmination of this insightful journey into the Stoic reasons advocating sexual abstinence as a conscious choice, let's focus on something paramount, not just for this subject, but for life in general: respect for your own values and principles. One of the invaluable gems of Stoic philosophy is its emphasis on living in harmony with nature, aligning oneself with a robust set of values and principles. This treasure isn't discovered in fleeting pleasures, but is crafted day by day, decision after decision. Imagine finding yourself in a situation where external pressures, be it from your partner, friends, or society, tempt you to compromise your personal values regarding sex. The Stoics would counsel you to halt, reflect, and act in accordance with your principles, not conforming to the expectations of others. Yielding to external pressure not only denies the other person your authentic self, but also undermines your own fairness. Living in alignment with your values and principles provides a form of armor, not isolating you from the world, but serving as a filter that enhances meaningful and authentic interactions. Let your decisions, including those related to sex, be clear reflections of who you are and what you value most. This approach not only enhances your overall well-being, but also deepens and enriches any relationship you engage in. If you ever find yourself at a crossroads, remember this principle. Pause and consider which decision most closely aligns with your values. By doing so, you not only honor yourself but also invite respect from others, setting a standard of integrity and authenticity. Improving self-esteem is a continuous journey, not a final destination. It involves an ongoing process of self-discovery, self-reflection, and self-improvement. Choosing the path of Stoic philosophy leads to the realization that ephemeral pleasures are not necessary to validate your existence or make you feel good about yourself. So, the next time you're tempted to use sex or any other pleasure as a means to uplift your self-esteem, take a moment to pause and breathe. Remember that your value does not derive from passing experiences, but from the solid and virtuous character you are diligently building every day. As we reach the culmination of this insightful journey into the Stoic reasons advocating sexual abstinence as a conscious choice, let's focus on something paramount, not just for this subject, but for life in general: respect for your own values and principles. One of the invaluable gems of Stoic philosophy is its emphasis on living in harmony with nature, aligning oneself with a robust set of values and principles. This treasure isn't discovered in fleeting pleasures, but is crafted day by day, decision after decision. Imagine finding yourself in a situation where external pressures, be it from your partner, friends, or society, tempt you to compromise your personal values regarding sex. The Stoics would counsel you to halt, reflect, and act in accordance with your principles, not conforming to the expectations of others. Yielding to external pressure not only denies the other person your authentic self, but also undermines your own fairness. Living in alignment with your values and principles provides a form of armor, not isolating you from the world but serving as a filter that enhances meaningful and authentic interactions. Let your decisions, including those related to sex, be clear reflections of who you are and what you value most. This approach not only enhances your overall well-being, but also deepens and enriches any relationship you engage in. If you ever find yourself at a crossroads, remember this principle. Pause and consider which decision most closely aligns with your values. By doing so, you not only honor yourself but also invite respect from others, setting a standard of integrity and authenticity. Thank you for accompanying me on this unconventional journey, exploring how Stoic wisdom can shape our understanding of sex and relationships. Each point we've explored is a step toward a more conscious, authentic, and fulfilling life. In conclusion, let's reflect on the essence of Stoicism, not to limit ourselves but to liberate ourselves from irrational impulses, societal approval, and anything incongruent with our deepest values and principles. As we move forward, always remember that you are the architect of your own life. The plans are in your hands, and it's time to draw lines that reflect your values, not someone else's expectations or standards. Thank you for being here, for opening your mind and heart to new perspectives.